Hello, welcome to part 16. So we just robbed the train, and then the gang all split up, and we're all trying to make our way back.
Okay then, girl.
Should probably see about eating something, because it's always a good thing to do. We should probably see about our horse eating something too. And we'll brush as well, why not? Alright, so we have...
Okay, girl.
So I found out... Billy Midnight. Okay, that's one of the gunslingers, I think. Anyway, I found out that the, so like Javier had a mission here to go rob a house. If you advance the story...
Easy. Whoa. Come on.
I don't care if you're a tax collector, post collector, damn census taker.
Stay back.
If you're in this state for the
Hey, why don't you bastards
Get away, I ain't
shoot someone that can shoot back? Oh, good. Please, God.
It's the new
Hold up.
Okay. So, I'm gonna look... Oh, okay. So I was trying to use Deadeye, and it wasn't working.
Easy, girl.
That's because it only works when you are aiming. Alright, it said something about this, but I didn't see
Well, girl.
what it said. Who are these guys? And I think whoever they were holding up here died as well. Is it another gang? What's Lamone Raider or Lamone Raider, huh? Let's look in, not in the map, in the 25% discovered. Group of men who fought side by side in the Confederate Army during the Civil War. Over the years, the gang has attracted new members who share their political views, keeping an army is expensive, so arms deals and robberies are a common occurrence. Interesting. Alright, anyway, I was saying, so we, last time, right before we started with John, we saw that we had an optional mission with Javier, I think, to go rob a house. How many eat again? Well, apparently those, you can advance the story to a point where those are no longer available.
Yep.
Which is good to know. Oh, covered bridge. I think we're going the wrong direction here, but this is kind of cool. I was trying to use Deadeye, but you can only use Deadeye when you're aiming.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go back. Is there anything on the way here? We should check out this town here, Rhodes. $50 bounty. We got a general store, right? That's a fence. It's a different fence, I think. Let's go to see what's in Rhodes. Maybe we can pay off that bounty.
Slow up now.
Oh, is this like a It's like a plantation, I think.
Go drink some moonshine, you damn louse! You get off our land!
Who saw this?
Same goes for you, sons of bitches! Quit tailing me, man! I got enough problems!
What's going on?
Leave me alone, damn it!
I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, they were telling them to get off their land or something, but... Alright. Okay, so if we go back up this way.
There we go.
Very different look to this place. I like it. What have we got here? Oh, I also wanted to go to a gun shop and see about what you could do there. I wonder if they have a they got a newspaper, it looks like, too. Maybe we can read that. I kind of want to try to get back to camp and see what Abigail wanted. It's kind of like
Well, welcome, partner. First time?
browse catalog or customize. So is this like a more thorough cleaning? Oh, now I can do components. These are just cosmetic. Improve sight.
See Mr. Banks across
accuracy.
the way there? He ain't the friendliest at first, but he's nice enough when you get to know him.
Dark's kind of cool.
This here store's as proud and fine as the town it lives in. Oh, yes.
All right, then we were also low on ammo for the handgun.
Let me have a look.
So you can buy like upgraded ammo. Improves range, damage, and target penetration. Providing incredible stopping power, contains 60 cartridges. All right, let's buy some of these
All right.
express ones. They seem kind of middle of the road, maybe. What do they have for? So Charles had a rifle that looked really cool when we went hunting with him.
A rifle for a discerning hunter.
Yeah, he had like this bolt action rifle. Looks pretty cool. All right, I think we're good for now.
Not done shopping? All right.
All right, see you later. Some shops run an illicit business on the side. Exploring around a shop or getting a tip from a stranger may expose the shop's unusual activities. Oh, cool. Okay, so can I just like ask?
Mister?
How do you do, sir?
Hey, you know if any Pinkertons have been seen around here?
Sorry, I do not know.
No problem, thank you.
You take care now.
Interesting.
Want to buy a paper?
St. Denis Times, number
Have fun
44.
reading. Make sure you come back tomorrow.
All right, let's look at this newspaper. Who are Scarlet Meadows bandits? Train robbery confounds lawmen. Wagon block track. Gertrude Bambatch was knitting a hat for her niece when the train lurched to a stop and shouting commenced. Sheriff Tompkins was one of those lawmen who arrived on the scene. There's very little to tell. We are searching for evidence at this time. The passengers are in great distress. I'm going to read all that one because that was us. America says U.S. is unstoppable. Spanish-American War outcome celebrated. President Alfred McAllister congratulated the American people in their response to the call to arms as North and South joined together to defeat Spain, saying that Spain is no longer a power and the United States stands as the strongest nation in the Western Hemisphere. The splendid little war saw the U.S. Navy defeat the Spanish fleet in a mere few hours. Not one American life was lost in that skirmish, proving what McAllister says is a testament to the glory and perseverance of America. Overall, only 300 Americans lost their lives in the war, while the other side reported thousands of dead at the hands of our brave boys. He especially made mention of Colonel Thaddeus Waxman and his Rough Riders, the cavalry troop that took San Juan Hill in Garma, becoming a national hero in the process. Interesting. Evidence of ancient mystery discovered. Local man finds rock carvings. Ministers gathered last week to denounce the claims of eccentric resident Frank Sinclair of Big Valley, West Elizabeth, who asserts he has found evidence of ancient peoples in local rock formations. He has discovered several mysterious rock carvings around the country and claimed they point to a great meaning, a mystery he intends to solve. Religious leaders have grown concerned with his work, worrying that others will get caught up in his fervor and heretical beliefs. There is only one meaning and message, and that is the message of the good book, Reverend Sterling Morton stated during the gathering. Interesting. So I wonder if that's something we can find, or someone we can find. Kind of like the dinosaur lady. That was actually a person we could meet. Mexican desperados bring terror. Grizzlies under siege. Boldness of Flacco's gang worries law. Some of the most desperate bandits in the region are imposing a reign of terror on the Grizzlies and surrounding country. Led by famous gunslinger, outlaw, and robber Flacco Hernandez, a gang of thieves has raided numerous local towns, including Strawberry and Valentine. In one daring but ultimately fruitless train robbery, the safe and strong boxes were blown into atoms. Frightened passengers were held hostage, though not mercifully molested. Reverend Eunice Garand has called for the expulsion of what he calls all men of Mexican ancestry as they bring villainy and wanton crime to our great country. Well, it's a little bit excessive, I think. Murderer on the loose. Was headed to prison. Ambush frees outlaw. Member of Vanderlide gang. Hot chase for fugitives. I still don't know how you say that. Vanderlind? So this was Sean. Sean McGuire, a member of the notorious Dutch Vanderline's gang, has escaped from custody. McGuire was captured and in the process of being transported from Blackwater to a federal prison in the West. He is a part of Vanderline's gang who were responsible for the recent Blackwater boat robbery that left many dead. The shootout was fierce and several men were killed as a result. Bounty hunters had caught McGuire, but were ambushed on a stretch of the upper Montana River by Confederates of the accused. Upon reading the circumstances of the escape, one lawman on the scene said that McGuire repeatedly expressed the idea of jail as no terror to him, nor the idea of death by hangman's noose. McGuire even once suggested to a sheriff that his rope wasn't stout enough and may break under his weight. Somehow I actually find that quite credible. Officials have called for action, saying the escape is yet another example of the inability of police to keep criminals incarcerated. Cornwall expansion continues. From commodities to the Caribbean, requests government protection, cities cites robberies. Leviticus Cornwall is a well-known expansionist. A railroad into every expanse of this country is only a matter of time, he declared when launching the Cornwall Southern and Eastern Railways. He builds the trains and uses them to ship goods for Cornwall freight and commodities, Cornwall kerosene and tar, and his other business concerns. His sugar business reaches into the Caribbean, and not a week goes by without a ship ferrying Cornwall sugar calling into America. He is now calling for government support to bring protection to industries working to improve conditions in the West after a string of robberies. Mr. Cornwall, who has been known to speak glibly about the evil effects of education upon certain kinds of lesser intellects, is one of the wealthiest men in the region and requires numerous private guards to protect his person and multiple concerns. Despite questionable accounts of poor conditions at plantations run by Cornwall employees, his goods flow throughout much of the United States, and Congress has so far shown little appetite for breaking up what many people call a regional monopoly of services. Alongside his private militia, he is believed to be one of the principal clients of the Pinkerton Agency in the region. Interesting. So there's all kinds of collusion and stuff going on, it sounds like. Cigarette cards give fame to murderers. New edition from Falcon Claw draws protest. Anti-Cigarette League warns cards spreads habit to youth. For many a year, man and boy alike have delighted in all manner of collectible cards, included in pouches, packets, and tins of tobacco. But a new set from Falcon Claw Tobacco that celebrates famous gunslingers and outlaws has drawn the ire of Puritan groups. The cards honor gunslingers such as Black Belle, Jim Boy Calloway, and even Emmett Granger, a known sadistic killer who has in recent years turned to hog fancying. The Butcher brothers, who ran afoul of legendary gunslinger Landon Ricketts, also are featured. Mexican desperado Flaco Hernandez graces one card. When the likes of Frank Heck, the Otis Miller Boys, or the coward Billy Midnight, who shot many men in the back, are celebrated in this way, it spreads the contaminating influences and effects of the cigarette habit, says Miss Haiti Beardsley of the Anti-Cigarette League. Stores report that the tobacco has been selling well. Interesting. I'm kind of surprised that at this point in time, tobacco would have been known to be a health issue. I don't know. Maybe it's just some people. Because I think it was pretty widespread until, fairly modern times. Death lurks in the dust. Scarlet fever rages in Armadillo. Shocking conditions in the city. Scarlet fever exists in this town to an extent that has never been seen before, believed to be due to bad sanitation, though one health official claims it is exacerbated by the high winds and dust storms plaguing the country. The spread of zymotic diseases has raised great fears. Many households are under quarantines, and those who can are fleeing in droves. Sanitary conditions in the town are deplorable, and the mortality rate is so high that residents have taken to burning bodies. Between the dust storms killing crops and causing starvation and the scarlet fever epidemic, some say Armadillo feels like a cursed town. Travelers are advised to avoid the area. So that's no luck there, it sounds like. Exclusion Act upheld. Immigrants must stay out, says President. Asked to make law evicting immigrants permanent. Foreign workers harmful to wages and economy. The Chinese Exclusion Act, passed into federal law in 1882, has been renewed. The law prohibits all further immigration of Chinese laborers, saying they have a detrimental effect on the U.S. economy and are being used by industrialists to undercut labor and keep wages low for everyone. Proponents of the regulation also argue that the Chinese have committed acts of violence upon Americans and will never integrate properly into our society. States such as California have set their own restrictions, and some are calling for mandatory repatriation of all Chinese workers already here. Many Chinese are faced with the decision to stay in the United States or return to China to be with their families, whom they may never see in their lifetime due to the ban Many Chinese are faced with the decision to stay in the United States or return to China to be with their families, whom they may never again see in their lifetime due to the ban on immigration. Upon its renewal, Senator Lansing from New York called the act nothing less than the legalization of racial discrimination. He was shouted down by a majority of senators who support the ban. Machine kills man. First recorded death by petrol-driven vehicle. Mr. and Mrs. Thomas Erbhart were heading from Boston to San Francisco by vehicle Thursday and met a terrible accident as hundreds waited hours in the streets for their arrival in Stamford, Connecticut to see an automobile for the first time. The couple was taking a much celebrated drive across the United States, seldom accomplished, as onlookers in each town stopped to see a horseless carriage with their very own eyes. According to officials, the roads have been in a terrible state since the rains, and the wheel and its spokes abruptly shattered, causing the automobile to fly into a ravine, flinging Mr. Erbhart out and in front of the vehicle and breaking his neck. Yikes. Sorrow in the South. A migration is beginning. At one time, Rhodes stood as a true small-town jewel in the South. Tobacco and cotton production boomed, bringing an era of hope and prosperity that lasted even after the war. However, many worry that that prosperity is now on the decline. Production of crops is down, and the last two surviving big plantation families, the Grays and the Braithwaites, while always bitter rivals, have increased hostilities as this economic downturn worsens. Could that possibly have been the guy that we just saw running away? I wonder. With the emancipation of slaves and the acrimonious attitudes persisting after the Civil War, some worry a massive northern migration of Negro workers and farmhands could spell trouble for the region as a whole, and especially towns like Rhodes. Interesting. Yeah, I wonder if the two families, because we saw him running from what looked like a plantation, if that was the guy. The Art of Angling by Jeremy Gill, Bullhead Catfish. My writings on angling continue to attract fresh new nephilites, eager to begin life's journey of standing in solitude, holding a pole in silence, free from the berating of the fairer sex. Indeed, I have even taught more than one U.S. president to fish, especially catfish, for luring bottom feeders into a pernicious situation that benefits the well-heeled. For luring bottom feeders into a pernicious situation that benefits the well-heeled is a prerequisite for successful politicians. Okay, there's a sentence for you. This is a part of the sentence. Almost as much as it is a prerequisite for any wise husband. Catfish respond to handmade lures, crayfish, and worms. Try all three when attempting to land this simply wonderful and much maligned fish. They are also needed to be coaxed, not bullied. There are fantastic bullhead catfish near Sika Island. If you see me angling for bullhead, please do come say hello and ask for an autograph. Unlike the fish, I promise I won't bite. Cool. I think there was one of those in the last paper we had, but I don't think I read it. Well, that was interesting. It's cool just to see. This dog was like at my feet the whole time. It's cool just to see what's going on in the world, because it actually seems like they, took the time to build a lot of those things in.
Good evening to you.
You read about it in the paper, and then you actually run into a lot of those things. Hear people talking about it. Like, we read the paper last time, and then we went back to camp, and I remember overhearing someone saying, like, where even is the Philippines? Because they were talking about Manila and something.
No, I do beg your pardon.
Where are we going? Up the road. I'm going to see this gunslinger. And then we're going to try to make our way back towards camp, I think.
Hello.
Whoops. That was the wrong button. A.
Hey, you there. A quick word.
What can I do for you, sir?
There's an old gunslinger I'm looking for. Heard he comes through here. Name of Midnight? Billy?
Oh, that old soak? Yeah, he spends days on board these trains, but he's going nowhere but the gutter. I imagine you'll find him right in the next one through here. Either that or the next one. Try them both. Look in the bar car.
Alright. Should we pay off our bounty? I don't know.
It's just find the bar car.
What's that song the girls sang on the way into Valentine? Oh, cool. It just keeps moving, huh? Going somewhere. Is that him there? What sort of trouble are we gonna get into now?
Mr. Midnight?
Excuse me, I'm trying to drink.
Mr. Midnight, listen, this won't take a moment. I just want to talk with you about your old days as a shootist.
Get away from me!
Hey,
I didn't shoot him in his sleep.
no one's
I didn't
saying
shoot him
that.
in his sleep, and if I did, it was the only way.
Not a problem. I'm here about Jim Boy Calloway, and no one shot him yet.
I knew you'd come for me. Get away from me!
Mr. Midnight!
There's nowhere. Where are we going? There's nowhere to go. Mighty spry for being drunk.
I knew you'd come for me! It weren't my fault! I knew!
You don't know nothing, Mr. Midnight. I want to talk. Don't do something foolish.
You come for me! Come on!
Alright. So, I don't understand how this works exactly. Draw, right trigger. Okay. The more you fill the meter, the longer you get to aim. I'm confused. Okay, well, we finally did it. I don't understand how that works. Mauser pistol. Alright, we did it. Finally. Seems like a bad idea to jump off a moving train, so... Found a legendary fish location. St. Denis. This is like the town, isn't it?
Hey, this area is off limits to passengers.
Man, this dummy ain't worth shit.
Well, we're off the train. Don't notice the body. Just casually lying there. So now we're in St. Denis. It's like a whole nother world.
Go on. Fight. Shenanigans. Yes, please. Coin, please. Please. Coin.
Go get yourself something to eat.
Sir, I want you to have this.
Thanks, friend.
It's nice to give something instead of just begging. I hate asking for money like a goddamn worm. Groveling here in the dirt.
Interesting. Cool.
All this Lemoyne air is free for you? Not a smart move to travel alone in these parts, especially looking like you.
Don't want any trouble. Just passing through.
You look like you might need a few smacks to set you straight.
You threatening me, you pissant?
Stupid bastard, you're done!
You're going down now. I guess I was told.
Come on, Flurry, where you at? Flurry! Very picturesque road here with the trees. I wonder if it's just still really far away, or... There we go. Finally. We made it back. Okay.
Get the hell out of here.
Keep to ourselves here. Get a move on.
I think I saw something over here. Maybe we can check that out.
You best not be trailing me. Some shit.
Not even sure. I haven't looked on the map. There's something there.
Easy, easy.
What is here? We also gotta get rid of this bison pelt somehow.
Son of a bitch!
No, you ain't gonna get nowhere with that hammer.
You shut up! I know how to open a safe.
Oh.
Okay, why don't you just show the damn lock and be done with it?
And have it bounce off and hit me? You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, sometime before I turn too old to spend it would be nice.
I don't see you doing nothing except talking all manner of crap.
Hey, I got to say,
And I outran the sheriff in the way.
Got some thieves over here.
Sick of you right
no,
about now.
same for me. What the? Why don't you mind your business and keep walking, huh? Don't have to tell me twice.
We said get lost, now!
I think I'm done walking. I think I want to know what's in that safe.
My God!
Hope you boys chose a full safe.
Should I chase that guy? Probably. Come back here.
Wasting my time.
There we go. Wait. Gotta get the hat. Alright, let's see what's in the safe. I don't know if I need to chase that guy or not, because if he just robbed a safe, he probably wasn't going to go tell the police, like, hey, some guy assaulted me where I... what do I do to this? Can I not do anything to this?
Yep.
Right. That doesn't seem like I can do anything with the safe. Am I crazy? Like, I don't think I could shoot it. That doesn't make sense. Unless it's because I ran away. I'll have to look on the video when I edit it and see if there was anything I could do there before I chase the guy.
You alright, girl?
Alright. Where are we? We are way down here. Got Black Belle. I guess maybe let's head up that way. Might as well continue with the theme of the gunslinger since we started down that route now, I guess. Alright, we should be pretty close here now. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, there's a girl.
Sounded like an alligator or something. Morning. Probably gotta be careful with this swamp. So, how's this one gonna end? So far, we've shot
Easy.
the 2 we've run into. Somehow I have a feeling it's gonna happen 4 times, but we shall see. I predict 4 times we're gonna run into these guys, have to kill them. We won't find out anything about Jim Boy Calloway, and the author will decide to write the book about us instead. My prediction.
You there?
Oh, hello?
You a bounty hunter?
Well, not right now, I ain't. You Black Belle? I'd like to talk to you about your Wild West days.
I don't care much for reminiscing. You got any friends as bounty hunters?
None that spring to mind.
Well, then you done led them boys here and you none the wiser.
Ah, those bounty hunters.
Knew my luck had run out sooner.
Well, get inside. I'll tell them you're gone.
Oh, no. I ain't hiding from them scalp hunters. Not running from them neither. And fighting? Yeah, if it's just me against them, that'd be a waste of time and nitroglycerin.
Well, let me know what I can do.
You want that Wild West story, don't you?
Yes, I do.
All right. Get up here quick. Now, when I give you the word, hit that. Whole place is wired.
Black Belle, I got a contract here for your life or your liberty. We'd sooner it be liberty.
That's mighty reasonable, mister. But come here, let me take a look at it. Come on. Oh, come on. Stop just there. Now, set it out. Here comes your contract.
I really like the... I like the new, oops, wrong way. I like the new ability to be able to shoot.
Hey, got it for you. We're rigged here too.
From Deadeye.
Somebody shoot that prick! Do your damn job!
Hit that plunger. You want to see him fly.
Lady, I can't see you much in need of my help.
Sugar, that's sweet. You're See there? Gatling. Woo,
What
that's
the
gun
heck?
to fight an army with. Not a goddamn widow. They keep firing like that. One of us is getting hit. It ain't over yet.
Ooh.
Yes, your friends heard the hubbub. You gonna roll them up or what? Hit that thing. There's gonna be some price on me when all this is done.
Price don't matter.
Well, at a certain price, you don't get idiots. Take out the boy on the back of that truck.
Already did it.
No prizes for guessing what the plunger does. See that? Still squirming. Woo! Is that the last of them?
Yeah. You got them scalp hunters off your back.
For now.
For now. So, you gonna tell me about your Wild West days? Running with Jim Boy Calloway?
Little boy Calloway? The only running he did was away from a fight. And that's about the end of it.
Well, the man's apparently a famous gunslinger.
Yeah, so they say. But, don't get what's famous confused with what's true. The ones of us that lived that life, we was too busy being scared for our scalp to talk to no newspaper writers or dime novel men.
Well, what were they like then? Those days they all talk about.
Same as now, I guess. Only longer ago.
All right. I'm gonna need your picture, too, if it ain't a trouble.
No, sir, no trouble at all. Can't be worse than those awful drawings on the wanted posters.
Hell, great. Look, you stand over there and... let me get this thing ready.
Ready? How do you want me? Like this?
What? How do you focus? Okay. Good enough, I think.
I ain't sure.
Well, take it already. How about this, then?
Any other ideas?
Well, I can do this.
Was I not close enough, or? Does focus just change and then... I'm confused.
We waiting for more of them? Take a damn photograph.
Oh, I see. So you aim in the center at it where you want it to focus, and then...
Okay, I got it.
Alright.
And I guess they'll be on my way.
There. Well, thank you, Mrs. Belle. You gonna be all right?
Oh, been running for 20 years. Suppose I'll be running till I drop. Just the way it is.
Yeah. Good luck.
That was cool. That's the coolest one we've done so far of those. That was quite the shootout. Someone's coming. Should get out of here.
Hey there, girl.
Alright. Well, I think I'm gonna find a place to end this episode. We did not go according to my roughly fabricated plans, but I suppose that's the kind of game it is. Things just happen and you gotta adapt to it. But yeah, overall, pretty good, pretty interesting. We had the paper, got some interesting backstory on the world. Discovered St. Denis, the city. I didn't explore it too much, but it was very cool. Definitely a different look to it than other places we've been. It almost looked like a port, like it was on... Also, I guess we're down south somewhere. They were talking about the Dakota River, so for some reason I was thinking we were... And I don't know either. I don't think the game map is supposed to be an accurate representation of the United States or anything like that, or North America. So maybe they've... I mean, I'm sure, if nothing else, they've pushed things closer together, but it doesn't seem like we could go from North Dakota or South Dakota to somewhere like Louisiana or wherever this is meant to be like. Like already we're out of it. Now we're in, you know, more arid. Anyway, this looks like as good a spot as any. So I will set up camp here, and
Easy there.
in the next one, I do still have the goal of trying to get back and talking to Abigail, so we will probably keep pushing in that direction.
Nice fire.
Who are you?
Mind if I warm my bones? Y'all knew this was Murphy Hills. You should be careful where you're camping.
I can look after myself. Besides, it's a free country.
Free country? No. Everything bought and paid for. And we gonna protect what's ours. Y'all be careful where you wander. Come on, let's go. I think you got the message.
Gonna kill you next time.
Okay, that was kind of creepy. So is that another gang? They're like hillbillies, kind of. Anyway, I'm gonna end this one here. Next time I want to go back, talk to Abigail, see what she needs, and until then, I will see you later.